Hello, beautiful. I'm Heather. Welcome to Oh So Lovingly. So, today and in this entire video series, I'm going to be talking about how to be elegant. But the first thing I want to say is elegance has very little to do with material things. It has a lot more to do with how you are as a person internally and your confidence and what you are radiating to the outside world. So before we get started, I would love it if you joined me on this journey and subscribed to my channel, hit the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up if you find it informative. All right, let's get into this because I have split this up into multiple different videos, and today this is the first one because I'm talking about things that are internal, because elegance starts within. It has so much to do with how you act. It has a lot to do with how you present yourself. It has a lot to do with how you react to things and how you think about yourself. I'm going to cover 3 things today in this video that help you act elegantly. And number 1 is self-esteem. So self-esteem at its basic form is how well do you like you? How well do you like yourself? How do you talk to yourself? When you're getting dressed, how do you think about your body? When you're at work and you make a little mistake, how do you talk to yourself if you've made a small mistake? Oftentimes I'm very guilty of being a very nasty critic to my own self. And that helps nobody with self-esteem versus without self-esteem. It's a vastly different reality just because of the dialogue you have with yourself. How would you speak to yourself if you were getting dressed with high self-esteem? If you liked yourself, would you say words like hideous? Or would you say words like fearfully and wonderfully made, beautiful, absolute joy? I am perfect the way I am. I am a firm believer that confidence is one of the most important physical traits that makes someone beautiful. When you have self-esteem, and say you're in a stressful situation, psychologically, our brains either rationalize why we feel bad or we talk ourselves out of it. There are 2 options. You can ruminate and say, well, gosh, this just always goes like this, doesn't it? Isn't this exactly what we thought would happen? Or you could say to yourself, I will definitely do this differently next time. I still like myself. I really challenge you right now to say to yourself, I like me. I really like me. I really like myself. It's so simple. But the way we dialogue with ourselves is crucial to how we operate in the world with other people. So when you get criticism, do you say, oh yeah, I'm stupid, I can't handle this, of course I messed it up? Or could we maybe change that dialogue to say, I hear that criticism, I'm gonna work on this and this, but the rest is not helpful for me. I still adore myself. When you have self-esteem, you can also overcome emotions like jealousy a lot quicker and a lot more constructively. I am definitely one who is more likely to get stuck comparing myself to other women. And there are some women on Instagram that are very privileged. They get to do what they love all day long. They've come from money. They have everything. You start looking around and you lose all sense of gratitude and all sense of appreciation, and you get into this place of like, what's wrong with me? But recently, I've realized that people on Instagram or people on social media who I envy would be amazing to go on my vision board. If I love this girl's house, if she has a castle in Scotland in the countryside, and I love the way she's decorated a room, I'm printing it out and it's going on my vision board. And I still love myself. Like, oh, that would be a great thing to go on my vision board when I'm dreaming of my future and planning my goals. Appreciate the people you feel a natural inclination to be jealous of. Acknowledge the work they've done to get to where they are and use that to your advantage. How can you learn from them? Self-esteem will change your life. It can change everything. It can change the way you see yourself. It can change the way you love yourself. It can change the way you love others. It can change everything else that we're going to talk about in this series that does make you an elegant person, just innately. And self-esteem starts small. So tell yourself every morning, I like myself. And just let that slow change happen and be okay with the slow process. It's not going to happen overnight, especially if you're starting from zero. And I was definitely there. Like, who hasn't started from zero confidence? Self-esteem. Talk to yourself a lot nicer. Dialogue your way out of stress. Dialogue your way out of big bad thoughts. Instead of saying, I always mess up or I always fail, say, okay, I can kind of learn from this. I still love myself. Love others. Be generous. Operate from a growth mindset instead of a scarcity mindset. Don't be focused on what you don't have. Think of what you can bring. Think of what you can contribute and what value you can bring to people. Think of how you would feel if somebody was stingy with you, with their attention or their time or their consideration. It doesn't feel very good to have others, interrupt you. And that brings me to the other aspect of this portion of loving others. Listening to others is crucial, because if you're in a conversation with someone and you sense that they're not really all there, you're not going to remember that person well. And you want to be remembered well. You want to be remembered as someone that put joy into someone else's day. So listen to people when you talk. Talk 20% of the time and listen 80% of the time. I always come back to this, but you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So listen more than you speak. When you're loving others, you have to think about how kind am I being to others. Avoid sarcasm or insults. It's very important for us to be able to handle our emotions in public in a constructive way and to be able to cope with our emotions in a constructive way. For example, if someone gives you news at a party, don't get overly rowdy or scream and take away the joy from them. Just tamper down your reaction, and then you can take them into a private place where you can ask them more questions about it if you're really excited. This is something I am very guilty of, because I get so excited about people in my life when big moments happen, and I have to control my I want to get loud and excited, but I have to control that. Read the room, basically, with your emotions. Again, if you have high self-esteem, when somebody does try to get you angry, you will respond to them with grace instead of giving them what they want. Self-esteem really does play into so much. It's wild. And obviously, I'm going to say that the best way to love people well is to have Jesus in your own heart. Can we just please all talk sweeter to ourselves? Just sprinkle in some sugar to your self-talk. Appreciate the simple things. And this one is twofold. There are 2 words here that I want to focus on separately. Appreciate and simple. Appreciate the simple things. Gratitude is my happy pill. You cannot be grateful and anxious at the same time. It's physically impossible in your brain for those 2 emotions to coexist. So just be grateful for everything you have around you. You already have you. What more do you need? And you love yourself, so that's plenty. So that's the appreciate aspect of it. Gratitude is everything. I've written a long blog about gratitude on ohsolovingly.com, and I'll link to that here because I think it's so valuable. Make gratitude a habit, because it's so vital. And so then the second part of this is simple. When you appreciate the little things and you pay attention to the details, you don't need as much. When you're putting yourself together, less is always more. I used to wear big earrings and just loud prints all the time, and that was fun, but it's more sustainable and comfortable to just let your persona, the simple elegance of your demeanor, do the talking. Appreciating the simple things applies to everything. Homemaking, decorating, less ingredients in cooking, more natural looking makeup, less clutter in your home. It applies to so much. Start teaching yourself to appreciate the simple things in life. I hope that you have found this helpful. As a Southerner, it's really important for me. Hospitality is huge. All of these things play into hospitality, to having people over to your home, to going to other people's homes, to having relationships with people. This just plays into so much, and it goes beyond just being elegant to just operating from a place of joy and operating from a place of health within your own emotional state. And I really encourage you. I know we are so bad at this nowadays, so please talk kinder to yourself. I am talking to myself here too. Like, I am not great at this. And so these 3 things, and I'm sure there are endless more ways you could fix your heart so that what you're putting out into the outside world is elegant and is kind and is good and is caring. I really do have to be good about this, and I have to be diligent about my own self-talk. There are ways you can do that, and I would suggest doing like a journal for things you're thankful for goals. Set goals. That's going to be so important when you're tempted to compare yourself with other people. The goals that you set will keep you on track and say, no, come back to me. This is my dream. These are the goals that I've already said I'm going after. So that's great for her. I'm going to take what she is getting and doing, and I'm going to learn from her. So the self-esteem can really combat so many negative emotions. I hope you guys have found this helpful. It's been really fun kind of diving into this and getting into the nitty-gritty of, behind the scenes of the person who is elegant. And I hope this has helped give you some kind of insight on small ways you can improve your life. And once again, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do so. And I will see you guys next week for the second video in the How to Be Elegant series. Bisous, bisous.